5 dangerous things which are in Taiwan. China is going to attack Taiwan. As we can see, last few months, China is continuously violating Taiwan airspace. The military tank will moving from one place to the another. Bus driver. So here's the thing. When it comes to the bus driver in Taiwan, especially in Taipei City, some driver literally just started the bus very quickly that some people even fall down. So the number 4, scooter riders. 14 million registered scooters in Taiwan with 1 million only in Taipei City. That helps Taiwan to reserve that water and later they can use in the daily life. Hello my YouTube family, welcome to today's vlog. As we know that Taiwan is a pretty safe place, but no place is completely safe. So there are some certain things that I personally feel really scared when first I came to Taiwan. There were many things which I have never seen back home, but Taiwan surprised me. At some point I even thought, did I made a right choice to come to Taiwan? So in this video I'm going to talk about the 5 dangerous things which are in Taiwan. So let's start it. So the number 1 is the military drill. I came to Taiwan in 2014 and since then I have seen military drill every year, which is officially called as Han Kuang exercise. When I first time heard about it that there will be a military exercise going to happen, I was really scared because I have never seen this kind of exercise in India. During the drill time, all the people must stay indoor and the public transportation, or if you are riding a scooter or bike, you are in the outside, you have to stop it at the place where you are at the moment. When you hear all these things, it could be very scary when you first time come to Taiwan, and also it could be very scary if you come to Taiwan at this moment because lots of news are showing that China is going to attack Taiwan. As you can see, last few months China is continuously violating Taiwan airspace. Few days ago they even sent 52 warplane inside the Taiwan airspace. That's I think a really political things. I don't think it's going to happen. And so if you are in Taiwan or if you are outside and planning to come to Taiwan, you don't really have to worry about it. It's just a normal military exercise just in case if something happens, so Taiwan should be ready. So I think this is not really a scary things, but somehow when the first time you hear, might be you will feel scary. During the drills you will see lots of army everywhere inside the city, and also you can see the military tank will moving from one place to the another doing the normal exercise. So don't worry, you will be safe. And the number 2, it could be earthquake. Earthquake can be very scary if you are in Taiwan for the first time, especially if you are living on high mountain or if you are living in the high story building. So let me share a story when I first came to Taiwan. As you all know that when I came to Taiwan in 2014 as a master student, and I was living in a 10-story building and I was living in the 10th floor. So it could be really high. So as you know that in Taiwan universities, you have to share your rooms with 2 or 3 people. So I was sharing with one another guy. Most of the beds are bunker beds, which is one up another. So I was on the upper side of that bunker bed, which is also shaky even without the earthquakes. First time I faced earthquake, which in the midnight, is almost 2 a.m. My bed was shaking really heavy. At first I was even thinking that okay, maybe I am just dreaming, but after some time it's still shaking and I just woke up. Then I think no, it's not in the dreams, it's really happening. So I just get up my bed and just go out. So that was really scary. That's why I still remember that moment. After I spent a few months staying in Taiwan, I found that every month you will see earthquakes, which is very normal, but it's not really normal in India because it does not really happen very frequently, especially in the northern part of India. I rarely seen the earthquakes happen. The good thing is Taiwan building and infrastructure are very strong and people always follow the safety measures. You don't really have to worry about, so you will be pretty safe. And after a few months I start to enjoy earthquakes. So if I'm sleeping and I feel there is earthquake, I don't move from my bed. So the number 3, the bus driver. So here's the thing, when it comes to the bus driver in Taiwan, especially in Taipei City, some of the bus drivers are drive really crazy. More specifically, when you take a bus or when you are off to a bus, some driver literally just started the bus very quickly that some people even fall down. Personally, I have seen twice or thrice that some old people literally just fall down, and sometimes they even use too hard brake that you literally fall down inside bus. Once I almost fall down, but luckily I was holding the bus seat. Here's my advice for the people who came to Taiwan and they don't really know much about it. When taking a bus, you should be very careful. even when you are taking a bus, sometimes they just even suddenly close the door, so you fall down. There was a student in Sinica which even fall down because the driver suddenly closed door and she fall down and got a really huge accident. My advice is, when you are taking a bus and you are standing inside the bus, what you have to do, you must have to hold the bus seat or the yellow grip all the time, because you never know when you are going to fall down. So the number 4, scooter riders. So I'm not sure how many of you know that Taiwanese people love to ride these scooters, especially the younger generation. There are almost 14 million registered scooters in Taiwan, with 1 million only in Taipei city. This is the highest density of scooters in all over the world. I have seen lots of young people in Taiwan, they ride the scooters so crazy, really feel scary even just to watch them. So riding scooter with the high speed, it's okay, but it depends on the environment. So for example, if you are riding a scooter in Taipei city, which is really densely populated and it's not that safe to drive, not only for yourself but also for the sake of other people's life. Most of the accidents happen in Taiwan is just because of scooters. There are lots of people died in Taiwan because of scooter accident, and I think it's not cool at all to drive scooter that crazy. Although there are lots of things that Taiwan government is implementing for the safety, but I hope these things will improve and we can save a lot of lives. Just be careful with your life and also for the people who are outside there. The number 5 is typhoon. So when first I came to Taiwan, I have heard this word typhoon many times. I came from North India. We rarely being able to see typhoons or some natural disaster. We usually saw the typhoons when we are geographically located near the sea. Taiwan is a small island which is all around covered by the huge ocean. So that's why we have seen lots of typhoons every year in the past. As I remember, during my first few months when typhoon came, I was really scared because I have never seen that. But slowly I was really adapting and I got to know that it's not that too scary. Typhoon is a part of Taiwan. If I remember correctly, during 2014 and 15, there were many huge typhoon came. Taiwan even have announced a day off just because of typhoon in some specific city where it has much more effect. But luckily, from last 2 to 3 years, we have seen that the number of typhoon is decreasing. Typhoon has both advantage and disadvantage. So if you're talking about the advantage, so the advantage is that typhoon bring lots of rains that helps Taiwan to reserve that water and later they can use in the daily life. But due to last 2 to 3 years, the number of typhoon is decreasing. That's why Taiwan has to face lots of water droughts. That's why it also bring lots of good things. The disadvantage of typhoon is that it will bring lots of economic loss because government have to redevelop the damage which has happened because of typhoon. So I just want to say, the people who just come to Taiwan or planning to come to Taiwan, and just because of this natural disaster or might be you hear some bad thing about Taiwan, overall what I want to say is that Taiwan is a pretty safe place and you don't really have to worry about, because even though there are natural disaster happen, what I mentioned about the scooter riding, and there are some other stuff that you can find when the human life exists, you will find some problems, but it's not that big as you see from different countries. Just pick your bag and just come to Taiwan. So good thing about all these things that Taiwanese people follow all the precautions that are prescribed by the authorized authorities. So you don't really have to worry about if you are a student and if you are working in some companies, you will get notified about this disaster, about the earthquakes, about the typhoon in advance, so you can prepare. Because as I remember when typhoon came, we used to get the email 5 or 6 days ago that there will be huge typhoon and you have to keep all the necessary stuff inside your room. For example, your food, a torch, an umbrella, always keep with you. So we don't really need to worry about these things. So if you are in Taiwan and if you know much more about Taiwan, there is also another thing except these 5 things which could be dangerous. So you can write down in the comments and might be I will talk about those things in the next video. So that's all, and I hope you guys like this video. If you do, what you have to do, please like it, share it and subscribe to my channel for more updates. So bye bye, chai chian, namaste. So just keep in mind, so when you are inside the bus, so when you are taking a bus, and sometimes they usually we see this natural disaster when so we and Taiwan, because Taiwan is all around by island, you have to deal with